Hi, welcome to this session of Money, Sex, Power. We are going to learn from this book, Master Money, Sex, Power. Now, this book is written by King Solomon, who is the son of King David. About this man, there are many places, there are many literatures, very religion talks about him. Okay? Now, this man lived almost 3000 years before. One of the very important fact about this king was he was the richest and the wisest man who ever lived. Now, listening to such a guy is rare of the rarest. Okay, so that's why this book is important because he's going to talk about two things: one is wisdom, one is riches. Because he had two, all two of them was with him. Now, the history says he wrote many books. There are many books he wrote about everything on earth. He wrote about birds, he wrote about plants, he wrote about animals, he wrote about everything which he knew because he was the wisest man and he was the king. There were not much people who were in parallel with this man. Now, almost every one of those books is destroyed. Okay, it's not there today. But this book is preserved. Now, this book is a book he has written for the young people. Now, somewhere I have understood when I was reading this book, this guy wanted to help the youth of today. Now, many of you may be wondering who will help me, who will teach me, who will mentor me, who will be my spiritual father. I'll tell you something. This book is written by the greatest mentor, the wisest man, the richest man, so that you can take the benefit of that. That's why we are sitting and learning this book. Learning this book is really very important for successful lifestyle. My friend, if you are listening to me, I want you to continuously be with me and we'll learn together and we'll go together periodically. Now, here I want to say a few things about learning. Many of us, we wonder from whom I can learn, what I can learn, how can I learn. Many of us do not know from whom you can learn. But experience says there are only three people who can actually teach you. Okay? Now you should write this down. How knowledge flows. You should know how knowledge flows from one pocket to another pocket. If you do not know how the circuit of knowledge flows, you can miss knowledge because you cannot stand in that circuit. You may miss the circuit. You may stand somewhere else where knowledge may not be flowing. Now, according to human experience, knowledge flows only from three people to another set of three people. Let me repeat. Knowledge only flows from three sources to three pockets or three sinks, if you really say correctly. Okay? Now, the first source of knowledge is a teacher. Only a teacher can give you knowledge. And the knowledge goes from a teacher to a student. The second source of knowledge is a mentor or a coach. Now, from the mentor, the knowledge flows to the mentee. The third source of knowledge is a father. From a father, it goes to a son. Apart from these three circuits, there is rarely any flow of knowledge according to this book. Now, if you really want to improve in your life, you need something, you need knowledge. If you really want to be successful, either in business or in your family or in your studies or in your relationship, in anything, if you want to be successful, you need knowledge. Without knowledge, you cannot be successful. Consider you are trading in stock exchange. You need certain knowledge so that you can trade well and you can earn money. Consider you are studying. You need knowledge so that you can score high. Consider you are doing a business. You need to know the business atmosphere. You need the knowledge of that so that you can make more money. Whatever you are doing, you need knowledge so that you can be successful. And knowledge is only with three sources. It's either a teacher or a mentor or a father. So, my friends, I want to encourage each one of you to find a teacher or a mentor or a father. Okay? He can be a natural father, he can be a spiritual father, he can be a ministerial father, he can be a grandfather, or he can be a father in law. It can be anyone whom you can treat as a father. Now, the contemporary culture, when I look into different schools and colleges, teachers don't carry much of value and respect in these days. And there are many over enthusiastic young students who basically bully the teachers. Now, let me tell you one fact. If you look at science or the physical world, we see a law. The law is like this. There are many flows which is there in this universe. For example, water flows in this universe. Current flows, heat flows. Many things actually flow. Now, how current flows? Now, the current flows from a higher potential to a lower potential. It will never flow from a lower potential to a higher potential. It cannot. Because that is a law. That's a law which the universe operates. That is the law which the universe is working with. So it will never violate the law. Current flows from a higher potential to a lower potential. Now, water. Water flows from a greater height to a lesser height. It will never go from a lesser height to a greater height. In the same way, knowledge flows from a higher potential to a lower potential, from a higher level to a lower level. Now, in this world of bullying the teachers, I want to share an important truth that unless you honor your teacher or your mentor or your daddy or your father, the knowledge will never ever flows from the teacher to you. Whenever I meet young students, I always ask them, which subject do you like? They always say a particular subject. I like mathematics. And eventually I find out that he likes the mathematics teacher. He honors the mathematics teacher, or he respects the mathematics teacher. That's why he likes mathematics. Okay? Please understand. Unless you like a teacher, you respect a teacher, you cannot excel in that subject. Okay? Many times, students are not able to fare well, irrespective of their intelligence and their effort and their scoring and everything. They make a mess of that subject because they don't like the teacher. They don't honor the teacher. When you fail to honor, you fail to receive. Let me repeat. When you fail to honor, you fail to receive. Many students have failed to honor their teachers, and they have become eventually poor students. Many children have failed to honor their father. Eventually, they have become bankrupt. Many mentees have not taken their mentor seriously. Because of that, they have eventually lost out. My friends, today you should know, if you want knowledge, knowledge can flow into you. You have to find the source. Unless you find a source, this knowledge will never flow. I want to say this to you. Knowledge is important, and knowledge can be received, but it takes an effort from our side. Thank you. God bless you.